Hi, everyone. It's Janice Weber back with another episode of the Becoming Whole series. And today we have our guest, Vicki McDougall Butt. So,
Hey,
Vicki,
everyone.
welcome. And where are you tuning in from today?
I am in the Windsor, Ontario area. I live in the county, so I'm out in, not in the city, but that's about the area that I live in.
Lovely. I
Yeah,
think I've been to that area. Maybe. Anyway,
it's nice. I mean, we're close to the States. I mean, right now, I don't know about how I feel about going over there, but we're close to the States. And yeah, I really love it. I've raised my children in this area, and I really like it here.
that's good to know. It's always
Yeah,
good to love the place you live. Yeah.
absolutely.
So I brought you on because of some of your background. So I was hoping you could share that because you used to be a hairdresser. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been a hairstylist for well over 30 years. I still do hair. Um, I have a clientele that I keep smaller than it used to be, but yeah, I still do hair because I love it. I do.
That's
It's
one
something I
thing.
think that's in your blood.
That's what I've found with everybody who's a hairstyle and still loves it. They just
Mhm.
like working with hair, the feel of
Yeah,
hair, and changing the color and the cut and
yeah,
everything else. And having the discussions with people because I always laugh. My hairdresser is, um, she's like partly my, you know how a bartender is partly
yeah.
your
Your
um,
therapist.
therapist. Yeah. So we talk about all kinds of stuff when you're there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because it's true. From standing, I've kind of transitioned a little bit. I still do work from behind the chair, but I've transitioned to, in front of the chair now and do more coaching and more supporting women and uh, being behind the chair. It's crazy. I always felt like it was my superpower. I love to allow people to feel as beautiful. So if I can give them, a new hairstyle or a new color or when they leave so happy and refreshed, it makes me happy.
Yeah. It's a very, very important piece of
Oh yeah.
feeling good about yourself
Yeah.
and knowing how much you help others. Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. And your hair is kind of a statement piece, I feel like your hair, your glasses, your style, so to speak. But when you can give someone that 2 hours of your time and whether it's a color and a haircut and a blowout, whatever you're doing, and you can make them feel as special as they deserve to feel,
Mm.
it lights me up.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Now, I understand you had an aha moment though. So, what was your aha moment?
I did, being a stylist, I owned a salon for many, many years. And then when I wanted to kind of transition from being a salon owner and being kind of responsible for all of
Okay, we got to
staff and
stop for a minute. So, I'm wondering what your aha moment was.
it's funny, it was a bittersweet aha moment. I had just transitioned from owning my salon with staff um into just renting a chair somewhere. And because I wanted to kind of wind down, I was also educating for a color company, which I loved because I could travel. And I loved the education part of it. I love bringing the knowledge to people and allowing them to see what was possible for themselves. Um, but then I was diagnosed with cancer in 2016. So I kind of stopped me in my tracks. So I had to shift what I was doing. So I took some time. I ended up having neuropathy in my hands and my feet from the chemo. Um,
Wow.
so I had an assistant that worked with me alongside me, and she was definitely a support system. So she ended up taking over my clientele for me. And then I was waiting on a beauty supply company. They were opening a store in our area, and I ended up being the manager. So I kind of it was all mine, so to speak. Like, you know what I mean? It was their store, but I got to really be at one with the clients, and they were stylists as well, so I got to know them on a different level, like see other stylists in the industry in our area and learn and teach, and it was wonderful. Well, then I lost both of my parents,
Oh, yes.
and I lost them within 24 or within 2 months of each other.
That's hard.
It was very hard, but I am a true believer in everything happens for a reason. And I also believe that, and it took me some time to get to this belief, that it doesn't happen to me, it's happening for me. When life happens, it's happening for us, not to us. And as hard as that was at the time, in within 2 months of each other, my parents both being gone, I'm an only child, I had to deal with their estate, so I had to take time off. I took a leave of absence. Then things started to shift for me. And it was like, do I want to go back and work for a corporation because I'd always been an entrepreneur? Or do I want to take this on? I met. So a friend of mine had told me about a coach, and I didn't even really know what a coach was, other than, my son's football coach. I didn't really understand what coaching was at that time. And so I hired a coach, and I also took another coaching program, which was really interesting. So I started opening up this can of worms, so to speak, about me and how I got to learn to figure out who I got to be during all of this craziness that I was going through with the loss of my parents. So the more I worked with this coach, and then I started doing programs, and I really loved the support and loved the feeling that it gave me. And I saw a shift in me, but I also saw a shift in the people that were around me.
Hmm.
So I'm like, this is something that I want to do. It goes hand in hand. I was behind the chair for 30 plus years coaching
Hmm.
clients because, like you said, much like a bartender,
Yes.
your stylist knows things that no one else knows. Most of the time, you're told first. So I got to take it a step further, and I got to co-facilitate. I got to work with a coaching company. And, I've now trying to niche down a little bit because, of course, as it's crazy to say, but I want to help everybody. And that's not possible. You can only help one person at a time, right? And you really have to be specific on, because there is a lot of noise out there in social media, and there's a lot of um, people that are taking advantage of people, and I don't want to ever be thought after as one of those people. I know that I can support women. I know that I can support especially stylists or people that are working in the service industry like this, estheticians, stylists. Like, it takes a lot out of us in a day,
Hmm.
and being able to see that transition into where I got to come to and know that I did well. I loved what I did, and I still love what I do, but now I get to pay it forward, and that lights me up. It
That's,
really does.
yeah, that's very exciting to hear because, yeah, transitions. You're in
Yeah.
one. I'm now revamping who I'm going to be working with, and there's all kinds of stuff happening all over the
And
place.
I think that too, we get into a routine of life, and it's like, is it a rut or is it a routine? Like, are we just going on this wheel because that's what we have to do, because we have to make ends meet, because we have to, do what we need to do to get through our day? When it's a want, when you really get to do it and want to do it, it shifts so much.
Mhm.
So, going to work every day, I loved it. I always loved going to work because I love my clients. I love the staff that I worked with. I loved everything about it. But now I get to do that as well as support women in seeing that they get to be whoever they want to be too,
Yes. Yeah.
in whatever stage we're at in our lives.
Yeah, because sometimes you're at the very beginning, and other times you're further on. And I know I get lit up with the people who are early on, and then they get that aha moment, and it's just so neat to see the light bulb go on for them. And then they have all these questions, and they're just are thirsting for knowledge and stuff like that, but also implementing it. It's really exciting to see. Oh, so you're frozen. I'm back recording, so we're having lots of fun with technical difficulties, and it's just
We
the way
are.
it is today because there's all
That's
kinds
right.
of stuff happening,
That's
and
right.
we're getting close to where we'd be wrapping up, anyways.
That's
Anyway,
for sure.
so I would love to have you back another time to talk to you as an entrepreneur. Um, what I'm doing right now is entrepreneurs that are in the creative side of things,
Hmm.
and they had a aha moment, which has switched them from what they're doing, and they have a new focus. So
Yeah.
that was you, and it's exciting. And I can't wait to hear what your niche market gets to be. And I'd love to talk to you a little bit after.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
but any words of wisdom for somebody who is maybe a stylist, they're not as happy with it anymore, or like a friend of mine across the pond, she ended up having to stop because her neck and back got so bad from all the standing. I had no idea that they had so much trouble.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she went off and did her degree in counseling or psychology, something like that.
Hmm.
Started to work in that and then missed all the interaction with the clients and other hairstylists. So she now works with hairstylists, and she's developed this whole thing. She works with, is it Revlon or L'Oreal? Anyway, she's in
Yeah.
the UK, and she goes to their big conferences and stuff and presents
Yeah.
stuff to them. So it's been really interesting to see
Yeah.
what she's developed. So I will send you her link if you
Absolutely.
would
I'd love
like.
that.
Okay. Um,
Absolutely. So I think there's
so
one,
her name is Haley. So I'll
Haley.
send you
Okay,
that.
perfect. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because she's got an Instagram. But it's just
Yeah.
so neat how everything kind of comes together. Like we were talking before we started recording about the changes and shifts. And yes, we're definitely in some more shifts. And like you're redoing your niche, I'm redoing my focus completely. So the books I'm writing are going to actually be some of the topics I'm going to be presenting to people. So what I've been doing, that may end up becoming a piece of the
Yeah.
rest, but it's changing everything. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, more shift, more shift, more shift.
Yeah. And welcoming the shifts, I think, too.
Hmm.
So I guess if I could, leave people with something, it would be no matter where you're at in your life. So, whether you're just starting out in a career, whether you've had, health has had make you change your career, path, whether you're, retired and you want to start something new, whatever it is, do what makes you happy. Do what lights you up and take the step,
Hmm.
and really believe in yourself that you can do it because you can.
Yes. Yeah.
As long as you want put in the work, like I always say, action, intention plus action equals results. So,
Hmm.
we can have an intention to whether it is lose weight, you know, go on trip, whatever your intention is, unless you take the action to do so, you're not going to get any results,
Oh, yes.
right?
That's it. Totally.
So
Hmm.
by me taking this action and kind of putting everything, you know, on the back burner, so to speak, and really focusing on this one thing that I'm really passionate about, I feel that it's the driving force to where I get to go. And if something tells me that I need to shift that again, well, guess what? Then that's what I'll do because I get clarity. And when I ask for it, I get clarity for that.
That sounds great. So, how does this title sound for our interview? Hairstylist to coach, the creative switch.
I love it.
Okay, that's what just came
I
in.
love it.
So that'll be the title. And if you can make sure you send me all your contact information, then I can put that with the interview, and everybody will have a way to reach out if they wish.
Absolutely.
Because I like to always do like you were talking about, the pay it forward. So I
Yes.
produce a network of people that I've interacted with and all that. And somebody may listen to this interview and go, oh, I need to talk to her. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. And I will also post it on my socials so if you do share, then I will post as well.
Yes, it'll be on my YouTube channel. So I will let you know and you'll have the link and all of that. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So
Awesome.
great to talk to you
It's
today.
great to talk to you too. And I'll email you with my details of
Yep, that'll be
all my
great.
information and
All right. So on that note, everybody, we're signing off.